Badassery story time. So this is my new book, Mastering Badassery with Truth. You can get the books in the link in bio, so you can go find my link and grab the book and follow along if you like for story time, right? So I'm going to share a little bit with you, but first, as we're always doing, when I do my lives, I want you guys to know, okay, so here we sit, we're having a little sun time, like I'm not going to put you straight in the sun, but it's super sunny here in Arizona, and then of course, you know, we do our grounding. So I'm going to do some live sessions with you guys on grounding, but again, today we're going to have Badassery story time, and I'm going to read to you again. This is my new book. It's really good. I like reading it for myself because you go, wow, these are some really good tips. So I thought, you know what? Why don't we start sharing? So Badassery story time today is I'm going to read you this mini, like 3 sentences, and then I'm going to share with you at the end. So there's always a chapter, and at the end of each chapter, there are exercises and questions. And so I'm going to share a question with you, and we're going to discuss the question. So the chapter that we're on, the first chapter actually, is the topic is, who's the boss of you? And so the big question is, who is the boss of you? And I don't think we ask ourselves that questions, right? We don't ask ourselves these deep questions about ourselves. It's always about the external world, and you're all getting lost in it. It's matrix thinking. And the new earth and the new world, where we're going, my friends, you need to know you this year. This is the year of knowing you. So again, I have my new Truth Warrior series retreat happening in Scottsdale. If you're not signed up, sign up. It's a 1-day full retreat on knowing you, deep dive. But if you don't, and you can't make it, or whatever the case may be, March 23rd, the link is in bio, you can know you in the book. So we're going to read about who's the boss of you, and there's this little section in here I wanted you to listen to. It says, what can we learn when our fears surface? It's the universe asking, what do you want? I'm going to let you guys sit with that for a second. And no cop-out answer of, I don't know. We do know. We're just afraid to admit it. For example, when we choose what we want, are we upset when others don't resonate with our truth? Do we try to force our truth on others? Are we looking for others to decide our fate for us? Or are we afraid to say, I want this? Then hold firm in not allowing others' judgment or triggers or fears of rejection and doubt. Isn't that amazing? Like, I get this every freaking day in my coaching practice. When you ask clients or friends, whoever, what do you want? And they're like, I don't know. You do know. It's a cop-out answer, my friends. And so the question I'm going to throw at you guys today is, number 1, it says, write down 1 or 2 fears that keep reappearing. So right now, what I'm noticing on the earth plane, and people in general, with not just with the planets, not with the galaxy, not with the universe, but they're all helping us to step into knowing ourselves, and our fears are popping up to let us out of jail. It's an emotional jail, it's a spiritual jail, it's an illusion of jail, because we're not really in jail. Your cells aren't in jail, your emotions aren't in jail. We just talked about this in the Truth Warrior series. For the people who are in the webinar version of the class, or of the retreat. And your cells are basically being lit up, right? Like the sun is shining into us and it's bringing us into, you're starting to see the light pass through the lines, right? Pass through the jail cells, pass through those jail, the jail bars that you think are holding you in. And when there's enough light into all of you, you blast open. And when you're blasted open, your physical cells, your emotional cells, your spiritual cells start going, oh, well, I can walk out the door, but your nervous system is so used to, it's so used to being in jail, imprisoned, boxed in. Your belief system is holding you back, nothing else. Your cells are literally God-given DNA, natural, organic, earthbound, but spiritual bound as well. You are all 5th dimensional beings. You all come from a higher realm. You all have psychic, intuitive, spiritual DNA that has been ignited, but you just forget. You can walk out the door and use it. That's what this topic is really trying to touch on you, right? Asking you, number 2, it says, ask yourself, what is fear? What this fear would require you to see or acknowledge as your inner insecurities. Right? I mean, ask yourself that. Hidden insecurities that at times I project onto others, leading to unacknowledged blame or physical or emotional pain. Right? When we tell others, we expose others, we tell others, this is the problem. You're the problem why I'm not happy. You're the reason I'm struggling, which isn't freaking true, and you know it. It's us stepping into a life that who we are, who we want to be, and how we want to stand in our truth and say, this is what I want. I'm the boss of me. Who's the boss of you? Nobody's the boss of you. No stupid TV, no government, no friends, no hospital, no doctor. You know, I've written this in several books. By the way, stay tuned. Balls is about to be published out. You guys are going to be able to go get your free digital download version. So if you don't have a version of Balls, I'm going to show it to you, or you guys can go get this. Go grab your new Mastering Badassery with Truth. The link is in the bio, and you can follow along on story time. So feel free to comment in the comments. Those of you who are feeling your fears bubble up a lot lately. Those of you who are feeling your fears or things that are like illogical, right? Like, why am I worried about this? It's not a thing for me. I know I can do better. And you're like, but it feels like I can't get out of this box. Yet the door has been blasted open. You know you can walk out, but you still feel held back. And it's fascinating to me because when you think about what describes the opposite of that fear, that's all you have to do is walk that direction. That's it. And if I simplified anything down for you, friends, is to turn off this when we're done. Go, okay, Dawn told me to turn off my phone for a little bit. I have it turned off quite a bit throughout the day when I want to focus and just be intentional. And come outside. Go outside. I don't care if it's cold. Even the crisp air, breathing it in. Put your hands in the snow. Put your hands in the earth. Put your feet in the snow. Put your feet in the earth. Push the snow aside. Dig up some dirt. Put your feet in there. Get the earth, the universe, the world wants to download it into you and ground you. So when you're trying to figure out how to get out of your fears, get out of this digital, get into the earth, get into the universe, get into the nature of who you are. You'll know what you want. And then write it down. Go in here, fill in the spots, write down who you are, write down what you want, what would make you so happy, because that makes me happy. And what makes you happy and what makes me happy is that you're standing in your badassery. So you guys have an amazing, amazing weekend coming up in a day. And hopefully, if you're not on the Truth Warrior, it's free. Go click on the link in bio. Join us in the Truth Warrior, in the Truth Tribe. We'll be talking more about this on Monday. A whole bunch of stuff about breaking out of jail. You guys have an awesome day. I love you. Brightest blessings. Take care. Grab the link.